If your Centrelink pension suddenly stopped tomorrow, would you know why? Imagine waking up, checking your bank account, and seeing nothing. No age pension, no payment, no warning message you noticed, just zero. For thousands of Australians every year, this isn't a theory. It happens. Payments get suspended, canceled, or delayed because of something small, something overlooked, or something misunderstood. And in 2026, compliance checks are tighter, digital reporting is stricter, and Centrelink is moving faster than ever when it comes to suspending payments that don't meet requirements. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what triggers a suspension, what mistakes pensioners are making right now, and the urgent actions you must take immediately to protect your Centrelink payment. Welcome to Centrelink Compass AU, your trusted guide to navigating Australia's pension rules with clarity and confidence. Let's get straight into it. First, understand this clearly. Centrelink does not randomly suspend pensions. There is always a trigger. But the problem is, many people don't realize they've triggered something until it's too late. One of the biggest causes of pension suspension in 2026 is failure to update personal details. This includes changes to income, assets, relationship status, living arrangements, overseas travel, and even small bank account changes. If your circumstances change and you don't notify Centrelink within the required time frame, your payment can be paused while they review your case. Many pensioners assume small changes don't matter. That's dangerous thinking. Even minor income variations, such as casual work, rental income adjustments, or superannuation withdrawals, must be reported correctly. Centrelink uses data matching systems with the ATO and banks. If their records don't match yours, your payment may be flagged. Another major trigger in 2026 is failing identity or compliance checks. Centrelink now runs more frequent digital reviews. You might receive a message in your myGov inbox asking you to confirm information, upload documents, or verify details. If you ignore that message, your pension can be suspended automatically after a set period. And here's the issue. Many pensioners don't regularly check their myGov inbox. They assume they'll get a phone call or letter, but increasingly communication is digital first. If you're not logging in and checking notifications, you're putting your payment at risk. Overseas travel is another big one. If you leave Australia for longer than allowed under pension portability rules and fail to notify Centrelink, your payment can be reduced or stopped. In 2026, travel monitoring is more precise due to data sharing with immigration systems. That means Centrelink knows when you leave and when you return. Some pensioners believe short trips don't matter, but even a few weeks overseas can affect supplements and entitlements depending on your circumstances. Always report travel before departure to avoid complications. Let's talk about income and assets reviews. Centrelink periodically conducts reviews to confirm your eligibility under the income and assets tests. If you don't return requested forms by the deadline, your payment can be suspended. Not canceled immediately, but paused. That suspension can create serious financial stress. Rent, utilities, groceries, everything continues. The key is responding quickly. There's also relationship status. If you start living with a partner and don't report it, Centrelink may later reassess your rate. If they discover the change through data matching or investigation, not only could your payment be suspended, but you may face a debt for overpayment. Now, here's something many don't realize. Even gifting assets can affect your pension. If you give large sums of money to family members, Centrelink still counts those amounts under gifting rules for 5 years. If this isn't declared properly, it can trigger review issues. Let's shift to something urgent. What should you do right now to protect your payment? Step 1, log into your myGov account today, not tomorrow, today. Check your inbox, check for outstanding tasks, make sure there are no pending document requests or unread compliance notices. Step 2, review your income reporting. Even if you think nothing has changed, confirm that your records are accurate. If you receive rental income, casual wages, dividends, or super withdrawals, make sure they are declared correctly. Step 3, Update your contact details, phone number, address, email. If Centrelink can't reach you, that increases your risk of missing important communications. Step 4. If you plan to travel overseas in 2026, report it before you leave. Confirm how long you can stay without affecting your pension rate. Step 5. Keep documentation ready. Bank statements, rental agreements, super statements. Having these accessible makes responding to reviews much easier. Now let's talk about suspension versus cancellation. A suspension usually means your payment is paused while Centrelink waits for information. A cancellation means your entitlement has ended. Suspensions are often reversible quickly if you act fast. Cancellations can require a full new claim. Time matters. The longer you wait after a suspension, the harder it becomes financially and administratively. Another growing issue in 2026 is scams. Some pensioners receive fake messages pretending to be Centrelink asking for personal information. If you respond incorrectly or provide sensitive details, your account security can be compromised. Always log in directly through official myGov channels. Never click suspicious links. Let's also address pension supplements. Certain supplements may stop temporarily if eligibility conditions change. For example, leaving Australia for extended periods can pause the energy supplement or pension supplement depending on duration. If you receive a letter saying your payment is under review, do not panic. Reviews are common, but do not ignore it either. Provide requested documents promptly. Keep copies. If you need help, contact Services Australia or a financial information service officer. There's also the work bonus for pensioners who work. In 2026, understanding how this applies to you is critical. The work bonus allows some income from employment to be excluded under the income test. But if you misunderstand the limits and fail to report properly, you could trigger reassessment. Let's be clear. The age pension is means tested. That means both income and assets matter. If your assets rise above thresholds due to property value increases, inheritance, or investments, your rate may reduce. If thresholds are exceeded significantly, payment can stop. Inheritance is another overlooked trigger. If you receive a lump sum and fail to declare it, Centrelink will eventually find out through data matching. Declare it immediately to avoid overpayment debts. Now, here's a professional tip. Keep a personal compliance checklist. Every 3 months, review. Has my income changed? Have my assets changed? Has my relationship status changed? Have I traveled overseas? Have I received any lump sums? Have I checked my myGov inbox? This simple habit dramatically reduces risk. For carers and disability pension recipients, similar principles apply. Medical reviews can trigger reassessments. If Centrelink requests updated medical evidence and it's not provided, payments can be suspended pending review. Communication is key. If you're struggling to provide documents by the deadline, contact Centrelink before the due date. Extensions are sometimes possible. Silence leads to suspension. Communication prevents it. In 2026, automation is increasing. Automated systems flag discrepancies quickly. That means small mismatches between reported and detected income are identified faster than before. Accuracy matters more than ever. Another area to watch is shared bank accounts. If your name is attached to an account with large balances, Centrelink may count that as your asset unless you clarify ownership. Make sure joint financial arrangements are properly explained. Let's talk about what happens if your payment is suspended. First, check your myGov inbox for the reason. Second, provide requested information immediately. Third, if you disagree with the decision, you have the right to request a review. Do not assume suspension means permanent loss. Many suspensions are resolved within days once documents are submitted. Financially, consider having a small emergency buffer if possible. Even 1 or 2 weeks of expenses saved can protect you during temporary pauses. Now I want to address fear. Some media headlines create panic, suggesting pensions will disappear entirely. That is not the case. But compliance enforcement is real. The government expects accurate reporting. The system is built on eligibility rules. The safest strategy is proactive management, not reactive crisis response. If you help elderly parents manage their finances, make sure they understand digital communication requirements. Many older Australians are not comfortable with online systems. Set reminders to check accounts together. For those without internet access, ensure postal details are correct and check mail regularly. Consider appointing a nominee if needed. Centrelink nominee arrangements allow trusted individuals to help manage reporting and communication. This can prevent missed deadlines. Another point for 2026 is data matching expansion. Information from banks, tax records, super funds, and other agencies is cross-referenced more frequently. Transparency is your protection. Declare everything accurately. If you're unsure whether something must be reported, the safest approach is to report it. Over-reporting small details is far safer than under-reporting significant ones. Let's quickly summarize the biggest risks. Ignoring myGov messages, failing to report income changes, not declaring asset changes, unreported overseas travel, missing review deadlines, incorrect relationship status reporting, undeclared inheritances or gifts. Avoid these, and your risk drops dramatically. Remember, Centrelink payment suspension is usually procedural, not personal. It's triggered by missing information, not punishment. But the financial impact can feel severe. Take control today. Log in, review, update, confirm. Because protecting your pension is protecting your stability. Before we close, I want you to understand something important. Staying informed is your strongest defense. Rules evolve, thresholds change, compliance methods update. That's why this channel exists. At Centrelink Compass AU, our mission is simple: give you clear, practical guidance so you never feel blindsided by pension rules again. If this video helped you understand how to avoid payment suspension in 2026, share it with someone who relies on Centrelink. A single missed update could cost weeks of income. Don't wait for a suspension notice to take action. Do it now. Subscribe to Centrelink Compass AU for trusted updates, practical explanations, and step-by-step guidance designed for Australian pensioners and families. Stay informed, stay compliant, stay protected, and I'll see you in the next update.